What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? This your boy Reg in the building. Just about to do this R&B review. Album I'm about to do a review on today. It might come to a surprise to a lot of people, but it's the Stylistics debut album, self-titled, released in what's the year? What's that fucking year? 1971. Yeah, so the Stylistics consist of members Russell Tompkins Jr., Herb Morrell, Ariane Love, James Smith, and James Dunn. And it's produced heavily by what's the cat's name? Tom Bell, who I will talk more about in a minute. The singles album's known for are "You're a Big Girl Now," "Stop, Look, Listen to Your Heart," which is playing in the background, "You Are Everything," "Betcha by Golly Wow," and "People Make the World Go Round." Alright, yeah, Stylistics, man. Okay. For those of you who don't know who the Stylistics are, they are a soul group from Philadelphia. Originally, the origins of the Stylistics would come from two Philadelphia groups known as the Percussions and the Monarchs. And so, Tompkins, Smith, and Love came from the Monarchs, while Dunn and Morrell came from the Percussions. And so, what ended up happening was they all got together and shit like that. And in 1970, I think fast forward to 1970, they had recorded their first song, "You're a Big Girl Now," which I'm talking about more when I review the album. And that song actually got the attention. That song got the attention of Avco Records and shit, and so they signed the Stylistics. And so the label introduced the Stylistics to Tom Bell. Now, Tom Bell, I'm gonna just say this right now, he's probably one of the most unique soul producers of his time and shit like that. He was best known at that time for working with the Delphonics, another Philadelphia group and shit like that. And the thing that struck different between Tom Bell and Gamble and Huff was like, while Gamble and Huff were really more into that, how can I explain it? They had that traditional sound, heavy bass, nice groove. Where Tom Bell, specialized in like lush strings, very lush strings and shit like that. Hypnotic. He had like a very hypnotic style, which is what I kind of like put him above Gamble and Huff. Because I do like Gamble and Huff, don't get me wrong, but something about Tom Bell's production was just, and especially with this album too. But yeah, so Tom Bell, if it wasn't for Tom Bell and his collaborator Linda Creed and shit like that, who rest in peace to Linda Creed and shit. She died of she was his co-worker. She died of breast cancer at the age of 37, which, wow, she was young as hell. But yeah, so what ended up happening was, those two produced some of the best soul music, for spinners, Delphonics, Stylistics. So this album came out in 1971, and like I said, I'm just gonna say this really right now. I always love this album cover. Just them chilling like in the grass and shit like that. I wish people would do more album covers like. I wish people would do more album covers like that now, but. Everyone wants to do all this Photoshop and shit like that, which is cool. Creativity comes from different places, but shit like this, you will never get like a down to earth album cover like this. But "Betcha by Golly Wow" was playing in the background. "Betcha by Golly Wow" is skipping in the background. Excuse me. Sorry about that, but yeah. Okay, so this album is not too long. Has about 9 songs, so it shouldn't be taking too long. But the first song on this album was "Stop, Look, Listen to Your Heart," which what I got from that song was like, don't be like in a really rush to fall in love and stuff like that. Just listen to your heart. Don't fall in love don't fall in love with the materialism of falling in love, basically, because that's really where it all draws down, to be real. So that song right there, "Stop, Look, Listen to Your Heart," very dope song. That song was actually also covered by Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross for their collab album and shit like that, you know, that they dropped back in what's the year, 1973. Track number 2, "Point of No Return." That song was okay, not really too fond of that one. I mean, yeah. Track number 3, "Betcha by Golly Wow." In my opinion, that's like one of the most timeless love songs ever. One of the most timeless love songs ever. But a lot of people might be surprised that that song was. A lot of people might be surprised that song wasn't originally a cover of the Connie Stevens song. I think she dropped back in 1970 and shit like that. So 1 year after that, you know, the Stylistics, they did the best known version of that song, to put it bluntly. So yeah. And I believe what's playing in the background is "Country Living," which is the next song. Oh, one more thing about "Betcha by Golly Wow." A lot of people have also covered this song. You know, I think in my opinion, the most notable cover, in my personal opinion, I think it's the Prince version, or excuse me, the artist formerly known as Prince, which I'm gonna talk about that version when I talk about Emancipation, because it's like a lot to do with that version. But yeah, track number 4, "Country Living." That song, what I got from that song, "Country Living," was you going out into, you from the country, this person from the country, and basically what happened was, you know, although she wants to find success and whatnot, she longs for that simple living, basically. So that's one thing I got from "Country Living." Yeah, definitely talk about capitalism in that song. Very tight instrumentation on that song too. So yeah. Track number 5, "You're a Big Girl Now." That song is pretty notable because that's the only song that Tom Bell really didn't write or produce, if I'm not mistaken. But oh wow, that's another good song. That song, to be real, it kind of took me a while to really appreciate. It took me a while to really appreciate and shit like that. So yeah, that song, to be real, kind of took me a while to appreciate and stuff like that. Jesus Christ. You know what? Fuck this. Jesus Christ. Okay. One thing I love about doing vinyls, I love reviewing vinyl albums, but the fucking scratching, man, I don't care. That shit will get on my nerves once in a while. But anyway, sorry about all that, y'all. Sorry about all that. Track number 6, "You Are Everything." That's possibly one of my favorite songs they've done. Probably my second favorite song off this album. like very classic song, man. Like that beat, like dun 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 dun. Like something about that song really just makes you want to fall in love. Whenever I listen to the Stylistics, it just makes you want to fall in love, basically. And that's one thing I got from You Are Everything. All my Chino XL fans should know about that song. Next song, People Make the World Go Round. That's actually the longest song off the album, clocking in at 6 minutes and 26 seconds. And without a doubt, this is actually my favorite song off this album, without a doubt. Because for one, this is probably like the most political song off this album, and it was talking about heavy issues of the day, like labor disputes, government, which I'm gonna read you some of the lyrics actually. And while I'm doing that, I just love how, you know, it's dark and dark this song was, just the instrumentation. A lot of people have covered and sampled this song. Everybody from Michael Jackson, whom his version of the song, all my Naughty by Nature fans should know about that. I know, of course, West Side Connection, of course, used a sample of this song. Hella Cats has sampled this shit, and I've not heard a bad sample from that song. I can't really say that for a lot of songs. But yeah, People Makes the World Go Round. Like, the first verse goes like, trash man didn't get my trash today. All why? Because they want more pay. Buses on strike want to raise and fare so they can help pollute the air. But that what makes the world go round. The ups and downs, the carousel, like talking about, you know, labor disputes and shit like that. Just talking about labor disputes in that first verse, and then it soon talks about the like economy and Wall Street and stocks and shit like that. Like very talking about a lot of issues of the day, you know. And with a song like this, basically just makes it kind of like transcends times until you know what's going on today with the government shutdown and whatnot, that bullshit. But yeah, that's another story for a different day. People Make the World Go Round, very dope song. I love that song, classic soul song. Next song, Ebony Eyes. That's a very cool, cute song, you know. And the last track, If I Love You, which that song was actually a cover of the Little Anthony and the Imperials version. For those of you guys should know, in case you guys don't know, Little Anthony and the Imperials, they were a doo-wop group, very doo-wop group. One of the Stylistics influences and shit. They dropped songs like Hurt So Bad. What's that one song? Tears in My Eyes, On You. Yeah, you can definitely hear a lot of the Stylistics influence coming from them, because the Stylistics, they had their roots when it came to doo-wop and shit like that, you know, doo-wop and shit. So, and Little Anthony is definitely a very underrated falsetto singer, you know, but that's another story for a different day. Okay, so that's all the songs off this album. My personal opinion on this album is it's a fucking dope album. You know, a lot of this shit has to do with Tom Bell's production mostly. But if it wasn't for Russell Tompkins' falsetto, I mean, those Tom and Russell blended so well with that shit. And don't get me wrong, the other stylists, they did their thing too. I'm not gonna knock anybody off. I'm not knocking anybody off, but it's like Russell was just that cat, man. He was just that dude. He was just that dude when it came to falsetto. Like, I don't hear his name being mentioned as much, you know, with like Philip Bailey's and the Smokey Robinsons and whatnot. But yeah, man, like amazing album. This is actually the only album I actually have from them. I believe I've heard Round 2 a while back ago. It was pretty good, but a lot of the other albums, while it was good and whatnot, it does not have the same consistency as this album, in my opinion. But like I said before, nothing bad, nothing to it. this album should still be in print, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see what was the latest reissue. But if low-key though, this album should not cost you that much money. It really should not cost you that much money because, yeah, because it's timeless. Yeah, so I'm guessing the last known reissue was in 2001, but in Japan. But yeah, this album should not cost you an arm and a leg. Other than that, I was really gonna do another review tonight, but I might just do that tomorrow. And Charbero and I were definitely gonna do a review on Sade's Stronger Than Pride tomorrow night. I'm not too I think I might have to postpone the Public Enemy review for next week. Cause yeah, I just been so busy. I just got back from my gig not too long ago, basically. So right now, I just want to chill, sleep, and just relax tonight. Cause I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so fuck it. Yeah. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned tomorrow, Thursday night. We're gonna do Stronger Than Pride on my channel. I know Speaker Cloud Mike is going to do the Fuji's, the score on his channel. We're going to do All Eyes on Me on Friday at 3 o'clock. And this Sunday at 11 o'clock, we're going to do Cool G Rap and DJ Polo's Wanted Dead or Alive. So, yeah, I'm trying to, like, you know, get a lot of your good reviews in, shit like that. So, this is your boy Reg. Peace.